Hello and welcome to the Business Standard Banking Show. In July, Piramal Enterprises announced a buyback of 1.4 crore shares worth 1750 crore. The buyback price is 1250 per share, which is a 16% premium to the market price on the date of announcement. The process has started and the closing date is September 6. Ajay Piramal, chairman of the Piramal Group, is here with us today to talk about the buyback and some other plans. Mr. Piramal, welcome to the show.
Pleasure is mine.
Let me start by asking you, what was the rationale behind the buyback?
So, Piramal Enterprises, we had invested in the Shriram Group, and part of that investment we had monetized now at the end of June, which was we got 4,820 crores in that. So, with that, today the equity that we have, the net worth that we have in Piramal Enterprises is about 31,000 crores. We are in that, and our debt to equity is only 1.2 times. So in any financial services business, I think we are over equitized on one side. Second thing is, if I look at our net worth amongst private NBFCs, we are the third largest as far as net worth is concerned. And when I look at even our plans, even if you have to double our book in the next 4 years, we have enough equity. So we felt that we have enough equity today, and we wanted to reward our shareholders as well, because in the last few years the stock has taken a beating, and we wanted to reward shareholders. Also, it's important that we are only rewarding the minority shareholders, so the promoters are not taking part in the buyback.
Exactly.
And I want to just emphasize that as far as promoters are concerned, whenever the rights issues were there during the post 2018 COVID crisis and all, we raised money as well as this buyback. So the promoters invested in the rights issue and have not taken the buyback. So in some ways, we have left about 3,500 crores in terms of equity in the company.
And so, how does the cash positions of PEL changes post the buyback?
So this will, with tax, it will be about 2,100 crores will be the outflow. And still, I think that we have adequate cash. So by the end of September, I think we'll still have 6,000 crores approximately of cash on the balance sheet.
Right.
Which is much more than what the LCR requirements of
correct. So the other issue is, of course, the main issue here is rather the vision for PEL to become a world-class retail lending NBFCs. This question, and you said you have to plan, you have to double the loan book size. So what are the plan to scale up in the medium term? Will you be open for inorganic route for this kind of growth?
So we will do, as far as when we are saying doubling of the book, it's only organic that we are talking about. Whenever there is an opportunity, and if it fits in with our strategy and value, then we will definitely do an acquisition. As you know, our track record has been to do acquisitions. So it's that we will continue to look at good opportunities. But when we are talking today, our strategy is really to grow organically as well. So we are investing in technology on one hand, as well as on people. So we have, as far as the retail is concerned, a high touch, high tech strategy.
The other issue is there are two missing pieces in the financial services segment so far as Piramal Enterprises is concerned. One is the asset management and one is the general insurance. Is there any plan to enter in those segments?
So as far as general insurance is concerned, perhaps you will be aware that when the Reliance Capital was up in the IBC, we did bid for it, but our bid was lower than what the other people are there, and therefore we didn't get into the process. As and when there are some opportunities which fit in, we will look at it. On the other hand, as far as asset management is concerned, today we don't have any plans.
Of course, you have said that the main growth of PL over the next few years, the target you are talking about is mostly inorganic. But in case you would like to look at organic. In case you want to look at inorganic opportunities, which will be your areas of interest? Is it MFI, gold loan? Because there are opportunities on those segments.
So again, we will look at all these opportunities. Our major focus as far as acquisitions is concerned will be in the lending space and in the retail lending space. So if there are opportunities, whether it's MFI, gold loans, we will look at it. Again, there are other places as well. So let's see. It must fit in into our overall strategy.
Correct.
Do it.
Correct.
So we
And
are investing a lot in terms of field force as well as in technology. So today we have about 13,500 people in the field today, which is a high touch model. So if there is certain acquisitions which fits in into this, we will do it.
the other issue is your ambition to enter the banking sector. Now, in this context, I would like to know first that RBI norms does not allow any entity which has over 40% revenue from non-financial activity to be eligible to apply for a commercial bank license. Uh, as of now, do you think the group is eligible for applying for a bank license?
So we have not, I know that Piramal Enterprises is eligible for in this criteria of the 40% because now our total income is only from financial services. Piramal Enterprises over the last few
Yes.
years, we have made it, in that sense. So I would just restrict it to Piramal Enterprises.
Okay. So far as Piramal Enterprises is concerned, do you see yourself to become a bank in some in the future?
It is really up to what the RBI says. I know one thing that as far as Piramal Enterprises is concerned, we are actually strengthening all our compliances, all our controls. As you know, that in upper layer NBFCs, the RBI has now tightened up as far as the compliances and all the controls, whatever are needed to be done, and we are abiding by all that, and we're going one step further as well.
At the same time, RBI is telling NBFCs to reduce their dependence on bank finance. So, and also the recent HDFC Bank HDFC merger, it was said that the regulatory arbitrage is no longer there. So it's better to become a bank rather than an NBFC.
So you're right, the regulatory arbitrage is being reduced on a daily basis by the RBI. And the RBI also doesn't, the statement of the government recently was very clear that there is too much of dependence of NBFCs on banking. So I think my appeal is to the RBI is that they should look at how they're expanding the sources of funding for NBFCs if they don't want banking. Because how will NBFCs serve a very useful purpose? They are going to those areas like we are going to tier 2, tier 3 areas. We are providing which people have never had any experience of banking. We are providing it over there. And therefore, they have to open up other avenues for us to get funds. And in that, the most important place, I think, which is lacking to NBFCs now is new deposit taking licenses. So RBI needs to consider that now seriously.
Do you have any suggestions in mind on the areas which RBI needs to open up for NBFCs for tapping funds?
So as I said, the biggest area will be on deposit taking license.
Deposit taking, which RBI has not given for a very long time.
Yes, I think RBI has also become conservative after the mishap which happened with DHFL as well as the Punjab Cooperative Bank, so RBI is just being hesitant on that.
The merger of HDFC into the HDFC Bank, such an event, what are the aspects from it's beneficial from the NBFC sector?
So of course, the way it's beneficial for NBFC sector is that every bank has got certain, limits to which they give loans to NBFCs. Now HDFC Limited was the biggest, most banks would have had lending limits with HDFC Limited. To that extent, now they are freed up, and therefore I hope that NBFCs will get some of that portion of funding. That's one. Second, there were areas which HDFC Limited had done a very good job in wholesale lending, for instance, whether it was in real estate, whether it was in other wholesale lending. Now, if it is with a bank, I don't know if it will continue in the same way or not, because of the bank and the regulations, maybe there's some restriction. So again, that will open up another opportunity. I think these are some of the opportunities I can think of.
Mr. Piramal, thank you so much for speaking to us. It was a pleasure talking to you, sir.
Thank you, Manojit. Thank you.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that lets success soar high. I will achieve, I will fly high. I am the I in SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank, SBI, the banker to every Indian.